Lucina Art Center, How to Hold the Paintbrush. The way you hold your brush affects the character of the brush strokes in your painting, and the style of your painting in general. The resulting painting depends on more than that: the amount of paint on the palette, artistic temperament, time constraints and speed of painting, subject matter, inspiration, skill, etc. But what is interesting, we can change or even acquire a style just by adopting a certain way of holding the brush. This is a gentle grip for working on fine details. Seeing this artist's hand with the brush, we expect to see refined artwork. Usually is done with a pointy, smaller sized brush and a greater focus. The intense hold, as if pointing at or gently poking the canvas, results in a sketchier, softer, and more painterly touch. Juicy brush carrying a lot of paint. If the paint is watered down, such hold creates a lot of drips. Loaded with thicker paint, it makes that impasto effect. Holding the brush close to its bristles, almost touching the tip, makes your brush work hard, causing more sensitive, choppy, and well-aimed brushwork. The whole arm is engaged with the stiffer wrist. This style of handling the paintbrush may suggest that the artist is absorbed in looking and is not watching her hand. Painting with passionate and intense pressure, not concerned with perfection. When the brush is held farther from the ferrule, closer to the end of the handle, the brush strokes get looser, lighter. The paint is applied less carefully and in more transparent layers. The further away from the bristles you hold it, the lighter the touch. The brush strokes have the character of carelessness, a tip for the painters with the drier style. This grip gives less pressure, which makes brushes last longer. This is a less common grip, as if saying, "Let me try something new and see what happens," implying spontaneity. Works best with bristle brushes. Very decisive paint application, non-hesitant, solid grip. The wrist is very flexible and does all the work. Sophisticated line. Drawing with a brush. This light hold implies not insisting on anything. No rubbing, barely touching the painting surface. A completely silent way of painting. Being careful, watching their hand at all times, being conscious of the result. The fingers do all the work, moving more than the wrist. The small brush does not carry a lot of paint. Often artists use this style for finishing touches. The gesture of this awkward grip points out to a state of mind when the artist forgets that the world exists. One can hardly be careful holding the brush like that. Paintings done that way usually look rich, generous in the amount paint and sloppy. Loaded with paint, the brush thus paint wet into wet. When used semi-dry, the brush creates a scumbled, sketchy textured effect. It is more likely to turn the canvas into an unpredictably looking surface. This is a very quick sketch of my observations in the studio classroom for many years, and it's in no way meant to be an in-depth analysis and description. So if you notice another interesting grip or effect, let me know. All images are from the art classes at Lucina Art Center, San Diego Art School. For more information, go to www.lucinaartcenter.com.